Are we ready for some Hindi cinema?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
it's not
we are.
SRK, but it is Hindi, which I like.
It is.
So those are always
And-
big crowd pleasers.
Yeah, and this is a film that we were chastised online for not reviewing it as quickly as we are. So here we are. We aim to please. Sometimes things slip through the cracks.
We sometimes forget.
But this is a film coming out on August 11th called Gadar 2, which is obviously a sequel to the 2001 film called Gadar.
So we're going back in time. I'm interrupting this original programming to go back in time to Gadar Ek Prem Katha. It's a Hindi romantic period action drama. It translates to Rebellion, a love story. It also stars Sunny Deol, who's also in part 2. So that's cool because we're going to see, this was 2001. This is 20 years ago. So I love the idea of the same actor playing the same character 20 years later. That's a great idea. It's kind of a Top Gun kind of thing. And it's loosely based on the life of Bhutta Singh trailer. We got a lot of requests, very, very vehement requests to do this trailer. We did 2. We're interrupting 2. I wanted to come in and say, hey, there's 1. So here we are, the 1. So you get a vibe. And I think there's some callbacks to the to this movie in the new trailer, but let's take a look at it and see what we get from it. All right, here we go.
तुम्हें इस्लाम कबूल है?
कबूल है तो ठीक है कहो हिंदुस्तान मुर्दाबाद अशरफ अली
हमारा हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद था, जिंदाबाद है और जिंदाबाद रहेगा। हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद, हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद।
रो या चीखो रहना अब तुम्हें पाकिस्तान में ही है।
बाप बनकर बेटी को विदा कर दीजिए। मैं नफरत भुला चुका हूँ, आप भी भुला दीजिए।
नफरत भुला दूं? अगर मेरा बस चले तो एक एक हिंदुस्तानी को गोली से उड़ा दूं।
हम हिंदुस्तानियों की वजह से आप लोगों का वजूद है। बंटवारे के वक्त हम लोगों ने आप लोगों को 65 करोड़ रुपए दिए थे, तब जाकर आपके सर पर तरपाल आई थी। बरसात से बचने की हैसियत नहीं और गोलीबारी की बात कर रहे हैं आप लोग।
मीने मार डालूंगा तुझे।
Okay. There. Oh. Oh. Whoa. All right, what I liked, and I saw a few because I saw 2 first, the trailer. So I noticed that they have the flying cars, flying jeeps blowing up. I like that because I felt like a little bit of a nod to the first film. There's not just blowing up; they are flying through the air. So I thought that. Then I love that because we had mentioned they did a big close up. They'd done a big close up of the water spout, and he was looking at it. Now, if I had seen the first one, I know, oh, it's not even just water; it's a weapon. Literally and figuratively. So that was really interesting. So his performance looks amazing. Looks like a beautifully produced film. It had some great, beautiful vistas, really epic, master shots that took in a lot of the environment and set up scenes and some great stunts, some great train stunts. Always welcome. Love those. But yeah, I think this definitely seems like something we want to see 2 in a row. So if you're interested in Gadar 2, let's all watch Gadar Ek Prem Katha. Let's take a look at it, and then we'll compare. We'll watch and compare. Like how does the history between the two affect each of them? Because clearly, it's going to be like the same character fighting this fight, 20 years later. So it's like, will this ever change? We never have to stop fighting. We never stop fighting. We never do. But it looks really good. Great performance by Sunny Deol. I can't wait to see it. Let me know what you think. I will take us back to the part 2 trailer that we were about to watch.
And it takes place set in 1971 during the Indo-Pakistan
I love anything in the
War.
70s. It's just the coolest. I love the fashion. I love the look. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Sunny Deol is the star, and it's directed by Anil Sharma, also starring Amisha Patel. And I believe this is a Z Studio production, so it might be going to Z.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
All right, we've done that stuff.
Yeah. So that's what we know about it, and we know that we should review it. Okay. Otherwise, it'll be...
Unless we would be very uncool, but we're not that late. But also, I wanted to get into it, and we keep meaning to do it, but it's coming out soon, so I definitely wanted to check out this trailer so that we can then hopefully review the film soon. So
absolutely. So let's take a look at the trailer for Gadar 2 coming out very soon.
All right, here we go. Gonna add it. All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
जंग के आसार हैं तारा सिंह जी। बैकअप की तैयारी करना चाहता हूं।
तुझे तारा सिंह को पहचान दे नहीं? दुश्मनों ने पूछो तारा सिंह कौन है?
वक्त के साथ साथ हमारे लिए आपकी केयर बढ़ती ही जा रही है।
एक चीज और बढ़ती जा रही है मैडम जी।
वो क्या?
थोड़ा प्यार।
मैं निकला ओ गड्डी लेके ओ रास्ते पर ओ सड़क में एक मोड़ आया, मैं वक्त दिल छोड़ आया। बड़े मौके पर आया है तू, आज मिलेगी मेरे कलेजे को ठंडक।
ऐसे ही तड़प रहा होगा तेरा बाप भी तेरे लिए, तुझे बचाने जरूर आएगा।
हमें हमारा जीते चाहिए तारा जी।
तू फिक्र ना कर, मैं अब जीते को वापस लेके आऊंगा।
क्या है तेरी आखिरी ख्वाहिश?
नमाज पढ़ने जा रहे हैं ना आप, तो अल्लाह से अपने लिए दुआ मांग लेना, मेरा बाप पे यहाँ ना, क्योंकि अगर वो यहाँ आ गया ना, तेरे इतने चीथड़े करेगा, इतने चीथड़े करेगा, इतने चीथड़े करेगा, तेरा पूरा पाकिस्तान नहीं गिन पाएगा।
बहुत जुल्म कर लिए तुम लोगों ने हिंदुस्तान में मुसलमान भाइयों पर, हम उन्हें आजादी दिलाएंगे।
कैसे आजादी दिलाओगे तुम? अगर यहाँ के लोगों को दोबारा मौका मिले ना हिंदुस्तान में बसने का, तो आधे से ज्यादा पाकिस्तान खाली हो जाएगा। कटोरा लेकर घूमोगे, भीख भी नहीं मिलेगी।
Wonder what the significance is of the water spout.
Yeah.
Is he going to use it as a weapon, or is it because I'm not even.
I think it has maybe something to do with the fact that they're somehow controlling the water supply is an act of war, or it does something something really nasty.
That's
to people.
true.
So
that's
just where he's thinking about doing that. So he's looking at it maybe.
Yeah, that's true. So he's like,
maybe the sledgehammer to the face doesn't work. For the grand, in the grand scheme.
It's very time consuming to do that one by one.
Exactly.
Better just to cut out of the water and let the rest fall. Pieces fall where they may. It was a lot brighter and like more like when I heard about what it was about, like the basic log line, I thought it was gonna be dark and grim, but it was actually very all daylight, beautiful 4-color. It had like kind of a fun, amusing, very, very amusing opening sequence to this trailer where it was all happy times. My love, something is growing for you. And she's like,
yeah, exactly. Like, well, wow, okay, here we go.
Like, damn, a little racy. And then we had some good gore. I think there was some good gore in there with the sledgehammer to the face. That was kind of shocking to see in the trailer.
Right. Yeah. The
but he's pretty strong.
Well, it's interesting because when you think, okay, it's a story about something that really happened in 1971, you think of a more sort of, like you said, darker, grittier sort of, but this has elements of, this hyper action, with the guy, he just taking out, flipping Jeeps and, that kind of stuff. So it sort of has that mix of probably taking that basic true storyline and then really sort of amping up the embellishment to make it more of an action friendly movie,
I mean, they're not, this isn't a drama, this is action, so they're going to bring the action. And I'm right now I'm going to grab the teaser, I mean not the teaser, the posters, because there's a lot of them and they kind of set the tone for, I think, what this movie's about.
And some of the other posters I'm looking at show that. So it's more on the action hero side of things versus a true sort of, chronicle of what really happened.
I guess we're going to have a competition on who uses a sledgehammer better, Rocky from KGF 2 or Gadar 2. Sledgehammer action. No,
I would say at least for trailer wise, Gadar 2 wins because you got 2 or 3 really good.
Dare you?
I'm just talking about the trailer.
Wow, I can't believe you dissed Yash like that, just so casually.
I'm just saying,
Wow. Okay.
I know.
Damn.
Them's fighting words. I'm sure I'll get some comments saying Mark doesn't know what he's talking about. Mark is not a rocking star. He's not even a rolling star.
I can't believe. We all know who held that hammer better. Okay, here we go. But he does look pretty damn good holding that sledgehammer.
Right. I mean, that's pretty
confident.
It's a cool looking poster.
It's a cool poster. I like the confident stride and the legs, really like direct, horizontal. So it looks very strong and actiony. And the sledgehammer is still clean, so he's not hit anyone with it yet.
Right. Yeah, he's just showing.
He might hit a Jeep. Maybe there's a Jeep destruction back there.
Grease on there.
I know. But we have some curtains flying around. It's sort of montagey because you have the curtains, but then we have little teeny tiny people down there at the bottom. So it's kind of montagey, not really a real environment.
Right.
Lots of destruction and debris, which is always good. There's no embers though. What happened to embers?
Those are curtains? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
What they are.
Ship sail. It's
filmy. Oh, maybe I didn't see any ships in the trailer. But
no, neither did I. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Okay. Then we have a little superhero action going on. This is a cool thing because you don't see that very often. Him hold the wheel and throw it.
Courage knows no borders.
I know. Looks like the same people. They use the same people crowd scene at the bottom to kind of pull it through.
And they're really pushing the Jeep being flipped over, in the poster.
Jeep. Yeah, that's right. And but the color palettes are very different. They aren't tying together the palette, which I always think is kind of interesting when they do that because you think they can't paint it out. You can't keep the color palette consistent, so it looks like one thing, but maybe they're appealing to people who don't like blue. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we have even more warm tones. This is pretty funny. This is him and his son. Because I'm surprised they haven't shown more with him and the son because it's kind of the whole impetus of the whole movie is him going to get his son, right? I mean, that's kind of.
But maybe the journey is getting this. Most of the movie is getting him as opposed
but
to.
You gotta show the stakes. You gotta show what's his motivation. It's to get his son. So I like that they showed him in this one. That's good.
Yeah.
A little more story, we'll say, and then we got the flying Jeep again back there.
The flying Jeep, where they're pushing that Jeep.
Because that's a cool stunt, man. That's probably the biggest stunt in the movie because they keep showing it over and over.
Right.
And then we have just the pure teaser poster. But, Sledgehammer has obviously done some damage. Things are cracking.
The Katha continues.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's the embers. See, I knew there'd be embers in one of these. There had to be.
Yeah.
You got to have the embers. That's the action staple in posters.
Right.
So this pure action, fun. It looks big and bright and gorgeous. It's not going to be a bummer. I mean, maybe a little bit of a bummer. That guy who got his face smashed in probably isn't too happy, but
I think it's like
he's a working actor, so he should be happy.
Yeah, it's not a movie that's gonna be a downer in the sense of really talking about what really happened. It's sort of like a fantasy based on a really
heroic
thing.
and over the top and entertaining and
right,
and maybe a little bit of political background that
sure that's definitely going to be there.
Gravitas.
Yeah, and it'll get everybody in the audience really up and sharing because there's real stuff
up
there.
and sharing. That's what we want.
So Gadar 2 coming August 11th, and if we have Z here, which we do, maybe it'll come. I don't know if that comes directly to Z or it goes to the cinemas first. So okay, gotcha.
The cinema, yes, it does go to the cinemas. Yes,
very good. All right, everybody. Thanks as always. Take care.